Hey guys, I'm here today to talk to you about the cars of this show, the Netflix series Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story. But before we get into that, let's just talk about what an impact this show has had. In fact, they're actually going to reopen this case or reevaluate this case.
Today, LA County District Attorney George Gascon spoke publicly for the first time about possible new evidence that could lead to the release of convicted killers Lyle and Erik Menendez.
After serving 35 years in prison, the brothers are petitioning to have their life sentences reviewed. KTLA's Carlos.
You're not part of this story. So that's a big deal that they're reopening this case. It's amazing. And it's sad that that reporter is standing on a street side in LA and there's nothing interesting in the background in terms of cars, which is unheard of. Whatever. Let's get to the Monsters series, and let's just note that from the minute you watch the trailer from this, you know this is going to be a show about cars.
I'm going to need you to walk me through what happened.
If you're under 40, you see that GT and those headlights and you're like, what is that? That isn't anything. But I beg to differ, you guys. That is a Ford Escort GT, which in the 80s was sort of, I don't know, the Ford's attempt to make the Escort cool. And no, it wasn't fast. No, it wasn't cool. But a lot of young kids got it. But I'm pretty sure that driving it in Beverly Hills wasn't everybody's choice. Right, and if your parents drive a S-Class Mercedes sedan back in those days, they can afford to get you something a little better than the Escort GT. Can we just talk about how homoerotic this whole thing is? The amount of pecs. Listen, if I killed my parents and they left me with a ton of money, of course my next stop would be the Porsche dealership. Duh.
And we are never gonna fucking go back.
You don't murder your parents that way.
I think is the other colors.
Those cop cars sure look like Chevy Caprices to me. What do you think?
I'm sorry.
Here they are. You guys clocked the Alpha, right? We're gonna get to that in a minute. Pump up Reeboks. So good.
I regret having you. You can't say that. Please shut up, for Christ's sake.
I mean, Kitty's got a point, right? Up until that last Christmas scene, they had all kinds of cars. What did Kitty have? Nothing. All she had to ride in the limo. Great, but, you know.
I could have been a movie star like Kim Novak.
Could rock out.
And you're what I got?
Escort GT, that's for sure. But, okay. Alfa Romero Spider. You guys saw that, right? So there's a scene, if you haven't watched this series, you're going to need to hold your ears for a minute, but there's an amazing scene towards the end of the series where the salesman testifies about what a pain in the butt the Menendez kid was during the transaction when his parents were trying to buy him an Alpha, which is pretty great.
That's why he was so hard on us.
Right? Okay, so Lincoln town car limo. Don't miss the fact that, like, it sort of sags in the middle. And limos back then were not the limos of today, just for the record.
I see what happens.
Watching three spoiled D-bags get pulled over in a Jeep with the top down and watching them being thrown in jail is just sort of like delicious. There was ever a way to be rescued and pulled out of jail. Oof. Pretty intense, right? So what are the scenes you don't see? What are the things you don't see in those clips? Well, you don't see the beautiful sob that Lyle Menendez buys his girlfriend, which is actually in public record that he bought her a Saab, which is fantastic. Like I said, we never see Kitty's car. We see the Escort GT. All of that is fantastic. But the one car I really would have liked to see, I don't know about you guys, you can put it in the comments what you think, but I kind of know what Nathan Lane drove, right? I'm playing Dominic Dunn and like kind of an over-the-top Vanity Fair guy. What was his car? And I'm thinking like Jaguar convertible. Maybe he's not a top-down kind of guy. I don't know. What is your thought? Let me know in the comments. And if there are any other cars in the Menendez show that I missed, let me know in the comments. I'm Motorhead Mama. Thanks so much for watching.